Hey everybody, my name is Matt Frankel. I'm a certified financial planner. I've been a real estate investor for a long time. So I'm going to talk to you about why people don't like investing in real estate. And I am no exception to this rule. I've had my own real estate horror stories. So I'm going to share my screen real quick and I'm going to talk to you about some of the reasons why a lot of people avoid buying real estate and why you shouldn't anymore. So before we move on, this video is brought to you by DoorVest. I'm a big fan of this platform. Check out this link. You see it on your screen right there. It's also in the video description. Check it out. I'll show you in just a minute what the DoorVest platform is all about. But first, just a few of the things that people hate about real estate investing, and for good reason. So there are 5 things in particular that, as someone who's bought and sold over a dozen properties in his life, these are things that I don't like. So one, searching for properties could take a long time. It could be exhausting. Online searches, viewing properties, the places I invest are a minimum half an hour away from my house. I'm driving all over the place. And even then, I'm competing with all these other real estate investors, a lot of cash buyers, which I'm generally not. I usually finance my rental properties. So it's a long and exhausting process. It can become a full-time job while you're searching for a property. Number two is it can be really tough to find a good real estate agent, especially one in your local market. Even if you love one that you use to buy your own house, there's a completely different skill set involved when it comes to picking investment properties. And that's what you want your realtor to be able to do. And that can be really tough in a lot of local markets. A lot of realtors just aren't used to working with investors. It can also be very tough to finance real estate investments. And this can kind of go hand in hand with working with the right realtor and the right team and things like that. That unless you have enough income to justify having 3 or 4 different mortgages, traditional mortgages are kind of tough to get for rental properties. There are what are known as asset-based lenders, which a lot of realtors who aren't used to working with investors aren't very familiar with how they work or what it takes to qualify for those. It can be really tough to find good financing for real estate investments. Number four, and this has been my biggest horror story, unexpected renovations or issues can be found after closing, even if you do an inspection. If you've done an inspection and close on a home, there's no way to, like this happened with a triplex that I bought, where the home's water heater blew 2 days after I closed because it was in kind of disrepair, and it's something that the inspection missed. A lot of unexpected issues can happen after closing that can really blow up your budget and make it a very unpleasant experience. And lastly, I had to learn this the hard way. There are a lot of bad property managers out there. Just because someone is willing to find you a tenant and in exchange for 10% of the rent doesn't mean they're good at what they do. Plain and simple. I've had some bad property managers and I've had some very, very good ones in my life. And there is a big, big difference between having a good one and a bad one. And it's really hard to tell unless you are an experienced investor and have worked with property managers or know people who have really worked with property managers before. It can be very tough to find a good property manager. So, without further delay, I want to talk to you about DoorVest because DoorVest is trying to find a better way. They are trying to lift these pain points. It's essentially a full service real estate investment platform. And I'm going to show you how it works real quick. I'm going to share my screen again, but this time I'm going to share DoorVest screen. So you can sign up for an account quickly and easily. You fill out some basic questions like let's say I'm an experienced real estate investor. I am actively searching for a property. I want to buy something that's I want to invest $50 to $100,000 to start. So then I can sign up for my account. So after you signed up for the DoorVest platform, you can browse all the available homes in the inventory. You just scroll through them. You can see they're all in relatively a pretty narrow price range. Then you can see the locations. You can see how many bedrooms. You can see just the neighborhood scores. And then if you click on an individual home, so let's say we want to look at this one, which is in Texas, you could view pretty much everything you want to know about the property. You can view before and after renovation pictures if the home's already been renovated. DoorVest handles all of the renovations. You can see the financial details about the property, projected returns in the first year. These properties are all cash flow positive right away, all the way up to a hypothetical 30-year return. Um, Scroll down a little bit more. You can see a lot of other details like financials. You can see the status of the property, whether it is has a tenant yet, whether it's already been renovated. You can look at their property management plans. There's two levels, a basic plan and a premium plan. You get details of the neighborhood. And the best part is that DoorVest handles everything for you, everything, including financing. They have their mortgage lender partners that all offer DSCR loans, which stands for debt service coverage ratio. Essentially, those are loans based on the rental property's projected cash flow. They're a lot easier to qualify for than traditional mortgages. And DoorVest handles everything. It's really the best part. They find properties, they do handle renovations, they handle the financials, they guarantee to find you a tenant. That's a big part of the platform, and they handle property management. All you have to do is apply for financing, put it down a down payment, and you are a rental property investor. Again, that link is in the description. I really encourage you to check it out. I love this platform. I love what they're trying to do for the real estate investment world, and maybe you could become a real estate investor too.